All right, I hope you are ready for a fun little Halloween image and then card. I'm going to be coloring this image. It is a digital image by a new friend of mine. Her name is Paula Joffrey. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. But she owns a very small digital stamp store. She is with it's My Whimsical Little World. She has an Etsy shop and a Facebook page, and I'm going to put both of those links connected to the video. I will also kind of, you know how I write it across the screen, I'll do that as well. This is a brand new image that she just came out with, and she was curious about doing some of the folds, and so we did it together a little bit. She did a marvelous job designing her, and so I asked if I could get a quick preview image and that I could color it up for you guys for a tutorial. I've picked some fun Halloween colors to do her in. They're not super common Copic colors, but if you don't have them, obviously you can create your own version of her. But I will get coloring. I'm going to speed up like we do, and I'll put the colors on the screen, and I will also talk you through the process. For her skin, I'm starting with a BG90, and it has a light greenish tone. Then I'm going in with BG93 for shading, and back with the BG90 to smooth that out. Now, I discovered pretty quick that these two colors don't play super nice together, even though they're right next to each other. So I'm going back and forth with the BG93 and BG90 again to soften that up. For her hair, I'm starting with W1, a warm gray. And I'm letting that dry for a second and going to her eyes with a BV20 and a BV23, just real quick. Then I'm going back to her hair with W5 for that first layer of texture. I am trying to get a little bit of that wave action in, but I'm not doing a lot of it. It's a lot of hair to cover, and to try to get those waves nice and even, I knew that was going to be hard. So I've gone up to W7 and W9 to really add that texture. And then I always skip a color going back. So I'm going to W5, fill that in a little more, and W1. Then I'm actually going to W7, but I'm adding that in on her stripes. W1, I go back now into the bandaging on her dress, or the strip work on her top. And W5 as well for shading. Smoothing that out with W1. Next, I'm grabbing some BVs, and I'm starting with BV02. It's my lightest of the series that I'm going to use on her folds in her skirt. And I'm mapping out where I want those folds to be. Once I have it where I want it, I'm skipping to BV08. It's my darkest color, and I'm laying those in where the darkest part of the fold, the part next to her legs or going back in towards her, is going to be. I widen those out with my BV04. And then fill it in with my BV02. So hopefully once I get this filled in, even though it's not totally smooth, you're going to really be able to see those folds kind of rolling in and out. Now I'm going to go back and forth with color. So BV04 again, darkening those up, getting them a little wider, BV08 to really push back in on that fabric. I notice one of my folds is kind of leaning, so I'm straightening it up a little bit. BV04 and BV02 one more time. R56 and R59 for lips and rose. Just a touch of BG93 for the rose. And then I work on her cape. R56 again to start. R59 is next, adding that mid-tone or shadow. And then RV99 is going to push back into those shadowed areas, the darkest areas of the folds and pleats. Smoothing that out, I jumped all the way back to R56. So she's all colored up, and I know Paula was going to give her name. I'm not sure what it is yet, but hopefully she'll have that posted with her new stamp. I've got some fun different colors on her. I hope you could see kind of the process I went through on the skirt as I talked you through that. And I've made a couple little spots where the color goes outside the lines. I'm not super concerned about that because I know I'm gonna fussy cut her and add her to a card. The supplies I'm using for the card, I've got a small, it's not really a 6x6 pad, it's a 4.75 by 675 Halloween pad. It's a smaller one by K & Company. And then I've got just some jewels by Queen & Company. And I am trimming those down, and I'm gonna tape those together and put a card together and finish this up. And she is all done. So as always, I keep cards super, super simple, just some layers, a couple little gems. I did end up popping her up so she stands out, and she is ready to mail off to a friend. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will check out Paula's site. I will leave that information so you can. I'm going to encourage you this week on Copic in the Craft Room to participate in our Wednesday question. And remember, it's for a little prize, so you have to participate. But I'd love for you to share your favorite digital stamp artists. This week we're going to go for digital stamp artists. So there's a ton out there, so don't just go with the first one that pops in your head. Who's your favorite? Give us a link. Share that, and then you will be entered into our drawing for a prize this week. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a happy, colorful week.